Sheriff Taylor, did you not say that Post Toasties had the cornflakes crackling with fresh corn flavor?
Well...
Answer yes or no, please.
Yes.
And didn't you say that from field to flake, Post Toasties never lose their fresh corn flavor?
Hi, my name's Gideon Wilson, and this is my Ron Howard Director's Masterclass review. If you don't know who Ron Howard is, you might want to Google search him before looking at this video. But if you're too lazy to do that, here's a quick rundown.
I began acting as a child. I grew up in this environment. Almost by osmosis, I began to understand what that creative problem solving was like. What was it about? And yet, I also grew up watching TV shows that I loved, cartoons that I thought were hilarious, movies that transported me. And it wasn't until I actually began falling in love with the idea of maybe being the decision maker, maybe being the director, and I started making Super 8 movies, that I realized it wasn't about the crew around you. It wasn't about the sets that were being built. It was about what you captured inside the frame lines, because ultimately, all of this work comes back to the story.
And some of his most popular, well-done films are Apollo 13, Da Vinci Code, A Beautiful Mind, Rush, Frost Nixon, and his recent masterpiece, Solo, a Star Wars series. Plus, his daughter is hot, proving that he can spit out more than just great films. That's funny. So my guy knows a thing or two about making movies, but with these wins, Ron Howard also has some failures. This brings me to my first question, and the question everyone probably has watching this video. What is this class like, and will I be wasting my time? Yes, there's plenty of classes out there online from filmmakers that you could take, among others also on the Masterclass filmmaking platform. But after taking this class, this was the only class that gives you both inspiration, theory, and practical advice. Even taking it down to the shots for a particular scene that he would shoot and why.
Here, so you kind of hold that as wide as you can.
So you may already know there's more to filmmaking than just the Bay 360 character rising from the ashes effect. Even though it's something cool that we all want to illustrate in our films, Ron Howard, among other film philosophers, first asks what is necessary for the story and picks shots based off of the needs of said story. His class takes you through roughly what you would be normally taken through when actually making a film. The lessons are as follows: choosing a story, evaluating a script, redefinement of that script, story inspiration, developing a film, collaboration, working with cinematographers, cinematography, production design, case studies of Frost Nixon, research, scene deconstruction, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Apollo 13, and A Beautiful Mind, casting, working with actors, feature staging for masters, staging for an indie shoot, editing, sound design, music, and scoring. Over 32 hours of information all at your fingertips. This is the first class that Masterclass ever produced revolving around filmmaking that takes you through shot selection for an entire scene from start to finish. Next, among other classes, Ron Howard goes over his mistakes. He doesn't pretend to be the best. He has a very candid way of speaking.
I like to turn to the editors at a certain point when I see a scene that's not working very well. And I like to say, what idiot directed that scene?
To be honest, this is the deepest, conclusive filmmaking class I've ever taken from Masterclass. They learned a couple of things from when I reviewed Werner Herzog's Masterclass. He's gonna sit there and basically boast about himself, which he really did. Now, will you be an expert in directing after taking this class? Hell no. There's no class in the world that will make you an expert in anything. The best thing you can do is go out there and make mistakes. Name a filmmaker, anybody who ever did anything worth talking about, who claimed they never made a mistake, and I'll show you a liar.
Tell me about a time in DJ Khaled's life where he caught an L.
L? Never in my life.
Faults. The one thing I didn't like about this class is the lazy runaround of actually getting a film produced. This isn't a problem just with this class, but with the whole industry. It seems like a lot of filmmakers skip over how to pitch and how to acquire money for filmmaking. It fills people's heads with excitement without telling them the truth that 99% of the movies that you want to make isn't going to be made. But with that said, this isn't a film producer's class, just directing. But I would have liked to have some real world statements on that. price. So you're interested in taking the class, or not, but one thing that's been bothering you is, how much is this going to cost me? Well, right now, with the help of Masterclass, I have a 7-day free trial that you would not only get Ron Howard's Masterclass, but every Masterclass they've produced thus far. The link is in the description. And after that, it's $180 per year. And do me a favor, when you sign up, let me know what you think of the class yourself in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe for more video content related to movies and filmmaking.
If this is about directing, my approach is pretty standard, really. But every movie's different. I've learned something from each one, so maybe I'll use that as my jumping off place, okay? You know, honestly, anyone can direct a film, but to make a truly long career of it, it's also helpful to always be pitching a concept of yourself. So things I learned: salt baths keep your skin baby soft for decades. That's a daily thing for me. Yeah, hey, it's Ron Howard and 5410. Yeah, would you send up 3 gallons of milk right away? Yep, just for me. Okay, thanks. Directing A Beautiful Mind was very gratifying for me because I'm a data-driven person. For example, you should never stand further than 3 feet from your actor when giving direction. And it's most effective to pivot your body at approximately a 20-degree angle. Of course, there will be a few degrees of variation according to the girth and stature of your subject, the barometric pressure of the day, and all the wireless frequencies your sound person may be using. You're also dealing with the triangulation of distraction between craft services, porta potties, and the trailers. But aside from all these technicalities, you have to listen to yourself. I have 4 Ron Howards speaking to me at all times, and I know I've hit upon something good when they're all in chorus. Harmonics.